live. Dun, 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 dun. I am apparently live, and now I'm for sure live. Um, hey, if you are logging in not to our live broadcast and you're just running across this ukulele video, you can probably fast forward about 5 minutes into the recording because we won't start till I always wait for everybody to load in here. And meanwhile, I am going to go and post on the website what our link is here. Link to join. And I hit erase. So I got to go post this on the website. And meanwhile, you're going, what in the world am I doing here watching this? And he's not doing anything. So fast forward a few minutes. And if you don't fast forward, I will tell you about the program that you have wandered across. Here, let me adjust the open update and then update. I just got to double check that the thing is working. Sandy, you're in already. Nice to see you. Hopefully, let me know if the sound is good. I think everything, I'm setting everything up exactly the same way every single day from now on. And so hopefully it's good. Hope everything is staying safe. Hey, Linda. Well, I actually live 6 blocks away from where all the excitement has been lately. So so far so good. A little bit of graffiti on our building this morning, but so far we're doing fine. So it is a little crazy time. Double checking our pages working properly. And guys, obviously, let me know if the sound is good for you. Yep, there I am. Sound is good for sound is good up in Michigan. So we have this new bombing internet in here. It does a huge fast upload. So I'm hoping I have no further issues with broadcasting. Hey, fellas. From sunny Richmond Hill. I love that. Everywhere we go, I always say beautiful downtown Colorado, even though downtown Colorado is not beautiful right now. So, hey, Gail, welcome in. Glad you're here today. We'll start in about 2-3 minutes probably, and so let's give everybody a chance to load in. Okay, ready to rock. Okay, you have been through the Frère, Jacques program a few times, so you should probably be able to do this with your eyes closed. Actually, I don't have to turn pages today, do I? Both of these are all on one page. Oh, how exciting. We have no page turn issues for a change. Let's see. Burke is here. Dun, 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 dun. Let's see. Linda in from beautiful Sonoma, California. Linda number 3. Stop saying that, Linda. That is too funny. That's really funny. All right, guys. We'll start in a couple minutes here. 12:59. We should have, theoretically, we should have quite a few new people. We may have maybe not more people, but a few new people wandering through, and so hopefully they will eventually feel brave enough to type in the chat box. Let's see. Joyce logged in. Looking forward to. Yeah, you can lurk during Frère, Jacques. You're probably good on this, Joyce. Hey, Renee, welcome in from beautiful downtown Bozeman, Montana. Let's see, what else should I tell you about? Haircut, finally, they're done the way I'm doing it, right? This is the way it's going to be. You're stuck with it. These days, in my head, I'm still have brown hair, and so when I go to the beauty parlor and all this gray hair ends up on the floor, I'm like, where did all that come from? Let's see. Gary H. in from Vancouver, Washington, I think. Got my wife. Oh, Gary brought his wife in with him. Uh-oh. We got to stop talking about her. Let's see. She's ready to learn ukulele the right way. I know. See, I always say that. Yeah, you got to learn the right way. You know, it makes... you want to know why I do that? I will tell you. This is me being a little bit of a snot. Here in town, we have... So Denver is actually really, really a nice place for ukulele. There's a ton of different things going on here. And we have in Denver about, well, every music school teaches ukulele now, but we have a couple of the teachers really fancy themselves as ukulele. And I know exactly what they do in their classes because people come and tell me, and I don't really need to know, right? Whatever they want to teach, that's what they want to teach. But they all are lurking on my email list. And so I like to kind of give them a zinger every now and then. It's good for them. I don't know. It's probably petty, but whatever. I'm not about pettiness. So we are here to learn it the right way, which is the 17th century way. So that's Gary. Glad your wife is here. Brandon. Oh my gosh, we keep trying to chase him off. He keeps coming back. Lynn, I apologize, and you solved your own problem. I started to write you an email back where we were going to solve the problem, and about that point, you sent me the email saying you solved your problem. So at this moment, Lynn, I'm still going to write you back, but it sounds like you managed to work your way around the whole password issue. I am deeply apologize that I did not get back to you more quickly. Lanny, I don't apologize to Lanny for nothing. Welcome in, Lanny. Hey, Elizabeth and Lanny in at the same time. They're neighbors, but they don't know it. Hey, Karen is in. Karen joined us a couple years back. She learned all the Disney tunes, and now she's back for more. June is, yeah, I know, June, right? It's summertime. Don't say busting out when I'm from Denver. There's a lot of busting out going on these days around here. Hey, Lindy. Maryland Q in San Jose, California. I've been spying for a couple of weeks. Well, it's about time you admitted you were here, Maryland. Glad you're here. We accept San Jose people. San Francisco. Yeah, San Jose is not far. I was in San Jose one time. It seemed fine. It seemed like a nice place. Everything in California seems nice, doesn't it? It's a beautiful place. Pauline is in again today, starting fresh. Annie's here today. Annie's sat through Frère, Jacques a few times herself. Terry in from Denver. Let's see, here with a friend. Oh, nice. Good job, Terry. Welcome in, friend. Glad you're here with us. We'll get everybody started right today. Linda's here today. Cindy, Leslie, Kat. When Rob is with Kat. Oh boy, Rob, you know better than to hang out with her. What the heck? Bruce, I am going to meet with you. I've got texts and emails from you. I'm thinking tomorrow morning is maybe the best time. I'm thinking so. As soon as we're done with this, I'm going to get that email finished. My calendar, of course, is a mess this week. But yeah, Lynn, it is a problem. Sorry about that. Thank you for being tough and fighting your way through it. Yeah. So Chris is here. Christine, homepage looks great. I know it makes me look super fancy, doesn't it? People go to that and they're like, I don't know what the heck is going on. And then they go log into Cynthia Lynn's website. Let's see. Jacqueline is here today. Laurel, Marie, you got your sister finally. Jeez Louise, where the heck you been? All right, guys. So let's get started. It's 104. I'm going to try to start about 104, 105 every day. Let me tell those of you guys who are new, those of you guys who've been around a while, you know the drill. You're stuck with me for better or for worse. There's lots of ukulele teachers out there on the web. If you don't like me, go visit one of them. What you should know is I teach instrumental style ukulele. In other words, if you want to sing, you're going to be fine. You're going to be just fine. I will teach you the same stuff that everybody else teaches. But if you don't want to sing, I have a much better program than you will find just wandering around for free on the internet. We teach playing from tablature. It is a very old-fashioned skill that I have that lots and lots of people are discovering, and this is the place to get it. Okay, so what we do is we teach you multiple ways of playing the same song. So we're going to teach you how to strum and sing it if you like singing. 80% of my students want nothing to do with singing. I always ask at every single group lesson that I do, how many of you fancy your singers? And if I get in a group of 20, if I get 2 or 3 that want to sing, that's a lot. And so it's usually 80-85% of the people don't want to sing. And you don't have to. The ukulele will do all the singing for you. So we'll get by the end of in 20 minutes from now, you'll know how to do it. Okay. Let's talk very briefly about some other stuff. Website, blah, blah, blah. We'll talk about that. And I talk about the website stuff and what's going on and with all the other classes and stuff at the halfway through the class, because we have people who they're too smart to log in for Frère, Jacques. That's what they think anyway. So they log in about halfway through. And so about 1:30 or half past the hour, wherever you are, we'll do some website announcements. And but for the first 20 minutes of every class, it's really for new players. It's for you guys that are coming in with a ukulele, bought a ukulele wherever, and want to learn how to play it. So unfortunately, this is a one-way communication method. I am going to assume that every word out of my mouth is making perfect sense in your head, and you're going to do the best you can. You're going to make a ton of mistakes. If you are not making mistakes, you are not doing this correctly. So please know that I will make a million mistakes just to role model what making mistakes look like. And I want you to feel free and comfortable making those mistakes too, because if you don't make mistakes, you're probably not progressing at the pace that you need to progress at. So mistakes are allowed, they're expected, and all professional musicians make mistakes, and all amateurs make even more mistakes. And that's if you're not doing that, you're just not doing it right. We're going to start with Frère Jacques, but first we got to talk about this little guy, right? This is your ukulele. I don't know, you may have met it. When I started playing ukulele, nobody was playing ukulele. It was still under the looming cloud of Tiny Tim. We didn't know what Tiny Tim was. We just knew we didn't want anything to do with it. And so for 20 years, this was not played. Back in the 20s, this was a wildly popular instrument. Through the 40s and 50s, a lot of people played it. It wasn't as popular as the 20s, but it was thought of highly, and a lot of people were playing it. And then Tiny Tim rolled around, 1971. We watched that on TV. We had no idea what that was, and so we just didn't want anything to do with it. And so we stopped playing this, and it was 20 years. When I picked it up, there were no books available. Jim Beloff had, I think, one book out at that point, which is Campfire Songs for Ukulele. That was the only book I could find in all of Denver, and that's what I bought, and it was meant for singers, and so it wasn't particularly helpful. And so I had to go back to the 1920s and dig out old sheet music from those days to learn how to play these things. I was lucky because I had some piano background, and I was able to figure out how to make this thing work. The good news is they're all set up for it. You just listen to me, and I will get you playing it properly. The nice part about this is this can be a lifelong instrument. This can also be a springboard into other instruments. And so all I'm really trying to do is give you lots and lots of different ways to think about each song we do on this instrument, so that you will end up with a good overview of how music works, generally speaking. And then you take that information and you go out and you can play all songs. And so I'm not going to teach you, I'm going to use songs to teach you, but it's really not about the song. It really is about teaching you the basic skill set underneath all of this. And when I'm looking at Frère Jacques, this has almost every single musical skill you are possibly going to need with, well, there's no arpeggios on here, and there's no changing of chords. Outside of that, there's a whole lot of music on here, and we're going to teach you how to use that to your advantage. Let me just peek over here. We've got a lot of people logging in. Let's see. Fran is here today. Patty's in today. Red finally made it in. Let's see. Karen wants to sing. You can sing. It's okay. It's okay. Let's see. Vicky's here. We'll talk about this evening halfway through. Jerry, Patty. Yeah, Lindy likes to sing. Yeah, heck yeah. All right. So we're not. I won't ban you from singing, right? It's a different way of playing this. Okay. The only reason I bring it up is you can learn how to do chords and singing from any of these pretty little girls wandering the internet with their ukuleles. They'll all be happy to show you how to do that. What they don't show you is that next level, and that's what I do. And you gotta look at a cranky old man in order to do that. Okay. Frère Jacques. First thing, make sure your ukulele is in tune. George Clooney eats apples. Let's double check your tuning against mine. G, C, E, A. Okay, I'm going to do it one more time. Use the other microphone. G, C, E, A. Okay, that's step number one. Back in the day when I started, we didn't have these guys, and now we do. you want to own a clip-on digital tuner. Yeah, you can download one on your phone. It's not accurate. It doesn't work when there's a dog barking down the street, but you can put one on your phone. It's better than nothing, but you really want to go to Amazon or call me up and come buy one of these. It's a Snark. You want to buy the $18 one, the top of the line one. I think it's SN8 or ST8 or something. Chromatic, all instruments, Snark. And all you do is clip it on the end, turn it on, pluck the string, and it says G, C, E, and A. Okay. If you bought a ukulele kit, it came with something that will look like this, okay? And it has that type of screen on it. That's what you don't want. This is what you do not want. Once the battery wears out on this, and it'll happen sooner than you think, just take it and put it in the trash and get a Snark. Okay, I don't get any money from Snark. I just have used every single tuner out there, and they all are ridiculous except for these. And you want that top of the line Snark. You really do. It's worth $18 or $20 or whatever they're charging for it. So, all right, Frère, Jacques, ukulele in playing position. This is up against your body. Don't let this turn out like this, okay? Up against your body. The neck is going to be uncomfortably close to your face. Don't be playing with it down here. That's goofy. I don't even know why people do that. It makes it way harder to play. Put it up here, okay? Next thing, your thumb on your left hand. By the way, if you're a lefty, you need to send me an email. It is okay to play left-handed, but you probably don't want to. I have worked with one left-handed activist, and we went through all of the stuff about all of the changes between left-handed and right-handed, and it is very, very iffy whether lefties should be playing left-handed. Okay, I teach all lefties right-handed. I've had 3 people fight me on it. One was a left-handed activist, and we figured it all out. And 2 other people tried it, and I've had one of them be successful, and the other one sort of vanished into the mist. And I don't know if she's still playing or not. But really, you want to play right-handed. All of the material, all of the paperwork, everything is set up with right-handed thought process in mind. And both hands have to learn something new anyway. So it's actually, you have a tiny bit of an advantage in the beginning if you're left-handed to play right-handed, because this is your strong hand. But for the most part, everybody should be playing right-handed unless you've got, and there are a couple of people that I've taught, and I've taught thousands at this point. Probably, like I say, about 3 people have really just decided, yep, left-handed, and I'm going to put up the good fight. And so they do. Right-handed, your left-handed thumb is going to be back here behind the neck. Okay, it's going to ride up and down along this neck like this. I will never ever see your thumb. Okay, your thumb is back here. Blah, blah, blah. If your thumb is here, you're doing it wrong. You're doing it wrong. Okay, all the pretty little girls on the internet, you see them playing and their thumb sticking up here. They're doing it incorrectly. They don't know. Okay, your thumb is back here. I never see it. Second thing about your thumb is it hangs out behind your middle finger. That's where it's going to be hanging out today. Okay, when you first start learning ukulele from other people, they're going to teach you how to strum. I'm not going to teach you that yet. Okay, we're going to teach you how to make one note at a time. The string I want you to use is this bottom string. That's string number 1. Okay, second thing I want you to do, you've got your paperwork printed out from the website, I hope you print it out for Jacques, or at least have it open in the other window, and then minimize the 2 windows so you can have me on one side and Frère Jacques on the other side. I want you to look at the ukulele melody line. Okay, so you have several lines on this piece of paper, but one of them says ukulele melody, and then there's some numbers that come after it. 0240, 0240, and then you go down and it says 457, 457, and then it says 797, 540, 797, 540, and then it says 000000. That's the line you're looking at. Okay, next. Holding the ukulele, thumb out of the way, ukulele in tune. Okay, we're not going to play all the strings yet. We're only going to play the bottom string. That's this string. Okay, and on your paper, that string is on the top. So in other words, if I hold my ukulele like this up to my sheet music, now my bottom string is sitting on the top, and that's where it is on your paper. It's upside down. That will be incredibly difficult for you for 2 weeks. And then after that, you'll never think about it again. But the first 2 weeks is going to be a little annoying that they wrote the tablature upside down. The very, very first tablature that was written for lute was written the other way around. And sometime between the late 16th century and the early 17th century, they figured out that wasn't a smart way to do it at all. And now it's written upside down, which oddly enough is a smart way to do it. And so just know that when you're looking at the paper and you see those numbers and they're written on a line, that line represents a string. When it's on the top line, it's your bottom string. It's the string down here, okay? And if it's written on the bottom string or the bottom line on your paper, it's the top string, okay? That takes a little bit of getting used to. You're going to hit the wrong string quite a bit in the beginning. It's okay. Okay, you'll know because your instrument sounds terrible and you're like, that's not how the song goes. Okay, next, let's talk about frets. This is fret 0. If I don't hold anything down, it's open. Okay, if I press 1, that's this fret here. 2, 3, 4. Look what's happening. Look what's exciting at fret number 5. There's a dot on fret number 5. If you don't have a dot on the front, you might have a dot on the side. This ukulele has them in both places. So check your ukulele. Do you have a dot on the side? This is where we really like them. Okay, and if you don't have dots there, go buy yourself some smiley face stickers and stick a couple on there, right? I see people putting dots on the front up here. Don't do that. That you don't need those. But you do need to know where your 5th and 7th fret are. On this ukulele, I've got one on 5, got one on 7. Most ukuleles have them on 10. Okay, and then most ukuleles either have nothing on 12 or they'll have a fancy thing on 12, something like that. And a few of you have extra frets down here. Some of you, your ukulele ends on 12. That's fine. You only need 12. You really probably don't even need 12, but there'll be 12 might be your last fret. Okay, now, so those are the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, blah, 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 all the way down. And now we're going to play the tune. Okay, so your first note on your paper is a 0 on the first string. So you're just going to take this thumb and pluck it. Okay, next note is a 2. You're going to take your middle finger and hold down that 2 on the 2nd fret. Notice I'm holding down not on the bar, not on the metal bar, but in between fret 2. I'm going to pluck that note. Okay, beautiful. Next note, I'm going to use my pinky and I'm going to hold down on 4 and I'm going to pluck that. And then the next note's open again. Open. If you look at the lyrics on your paper, I even wrote down which fingers for you to use. I am so helpful. It's open, middle, pinky, open. Open, middle, pinky, open. I want to do that about 20 times. Okay, so do it with me. 1, 2, 3, 4. Open, middle, pinky, open, open, 2, 4. Open, open, 2, 4. Open, open, 2, 4, open. Okay, got the idea? Well, that's going to be incredibly challenging in the beginning. And you're like, wow, this is harder than I thought. What you'll find out is pretty quickly that stops being hard and other stuff jumps up to be hard. I would say that this first day if you're brand new to ukulele, that's a lot. Okay, and that's all I'm asking you to do. Notice you don't see my thumb. It's hanging out down here. Now let's do the next idea. Measures 3 and 4 are 4, 5, and 7. Okay, here we go. From 4, get your index finger on there. 1, 2, ready, play. 4, 5, 7. Index, middle, pinky. 4, 5, 7. 4, 5, 7. 4, 5, 7. Index, middle, pinky. Index, middle, pinky. 4, 5, 7. Beautiful. Mike over here is saying that his grandchild looks like a future ukulele player. Hopefully all of you guys are teaching somebody out there to play ukulele. Next line on your paper, it says 797540. So, and then the lyrics say ring, pinky, ring, middle, index, open. So that's what we're going to do. Ring on 7, pinky on 9, back to ring on 7, middle on 5, index on 4, and open. Let's do it a few times. 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0. Again, ring, pinky, ring, middle, index, open. Last time. 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0. Okay. Last line of the song, measures 7 and 8. By the way, measures are divided up by these vertical lines on your paper, and I number all of them for you. So every measure on here has a number. Measure 1, measure 2, measure 3, all so on. Okay, go all the way down to measure 8. I'm sorry, measure 7. I should know it's a measure 8 measure song. You're going to hit a 0 on this, and then something super exciting happens, right? You're going to use the next string up. It looks like it's down on your paper, but it's the next one up on your ukulele, and then the first string again. First string, second string, first string, first string, second string, first string. When you forget how to play this song in 5 minutes from now, just know I wrote down everything you're supposed to do in the first lyric line. Open, middle, pinky, open, middle, pinky, open, middle, index, middle, pinky, ring, pinky, ring, middle, index, open, ring, pinky, ring, middle, index, open, first string, second string, first string, those are opens, first string, second string, first string. So the whole thing's written out. Everything you need to know is right here. Okay, let's play the whole song. Guys, if you have prior musical experience, you will know that measure 5 and measure 6 contain a happy surprise for the uninitiated. Okay, we're not going to do that. We're going to play it at half speed, more or less, through those measures. Okay, so play at my speed, not the speed in your head. From the top, 1, 2, ready, play. 0, 2, 4, 0, 0, 2, 4, 0, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0, first string, second string, first string, first string, second string, first string. That's the song. Okay, that's all I need you to do. If you're a new player, that's it. That's it. You're done. Okay, that's what you're learning is so stinking important that if you did nothing else, you would be farther ahead than most ukulele players ever get, because you don't have to sing that song now. People know what song you're playing because the melody is coming out. All right, let's talk about your homework on this piece. If you're a new player, your problem is going to be measures 5 and 6, because they're supposed to be played twice as fast as we've been playing them. So if you forget how the song goes, go to the website, jollyrogerukulele.com. Over on the right side, there's a little widget. If you're on your phone, the widget's down on the bottom, and it says all of the songs in the program. And you scroll down, find Frère, Jacques, click on it, and then it'll play it for you so you can hear it a few times, listen to it 250 times, and then your brain will know what you're supposed to play, and then you just talk your fingers into doing what's on the paper. It is exactly what's on the paper, what's on the website. Okay, so I'm going to play it for you at full speed. Those of you guys that have been around a while, I expect you to be playing along with me. Okay, and we're going to play it at full speed, and we're going to play the 797-540 twice as fast as we've been playing. New players, that's your homework for the week, or for tonight anyway, right? Because you got to come back tomorrow. Is try to get 797-540 up to twice as fast. Here's a hint in music. If something's got to be twice as fast, doesn't it make sense to play the rest of it a little bit slower so that you got a possibility at being successful at the fast part? That's the secret right there. Play slow, play beautiful, get nice tone out of it. Let's do it from the top to the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. 0, 2, 4, 0, 0, 2, 4, 0, 4, 5, 7, 4, 5, 7, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0, 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0, first string, second string, first string, second string, first string. Let it ring out. If you do nothing else tonight, if you do nothing else except try to get that out of your ukulele, you will have done yourself a massive favor. Okay, that's what we're going to do. We're going to turn that idea, and we're going to start using a lot more strings and a lot more stuff simultaneously, and it just gets more and more complicated, more and more interesting, and obviously a little harder as we go along. That's where we start. That's where we start. Okay, those of you who like to sing, okay, we are not avoiding the situation. Okay, you're going to grab an A chord, index finger right here, middle finger right there. Okay, that's an A chord. If you look on your sheet music, it's got a little diagram and it shows the strings going up and down. Got a big dark bar right here. That's the nut. Okay, and it shows a little black dot there and a little black dot there. That's an A chord. Okay, and this is how we do when we are playing. When we decide, yep, instead of letting the ukulele do the melody, we're going to get the melody out of our face. This is how we do it. And again, you don't see my middle finger or my thumb, right? Because it's hanging out behind my middle finger. Here we go. We're now going to strum all four. 1, 2, and we're going to do 4 strums down, 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 down for every measure, except the last measure. We're only going to do it 3 times. Okay? 1, 2, 3, 4. Frère, Jacques, Frère, Jacques, dormez-vous, dormez-vous. Sonnez les matines, sonnez les matines, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong. Okay, and for those of you whose your college level French is not in your head anymore, let's play the English version. And for those of you who are next level players, you are thinking this. Okay, when you're brand new, you're just thinking thumb down. That's fine. Okay, or you're thinking, right? Okay, 1, 2, ready, play. Are you sleeping? Are you sleeping, Brother John? Brother John, morning bells are ringing, morning bells are ringing, ding, ding, dong, ding, ding, dong. My ukulele is still ringing, so I have not let up on my chord. This is kind of a important concept that I teach a lot. I teach it a lot. It doesn't sink in very much, and so I want to make sure that it's sinking into your noggin. I never let up on my last chord until the song is way, way, way over, because the ukulele is still trying to ring out, and it'll help. It helps the audience know, hey, it's time for us to do applause, and while you're still holding this, everything sounds great. Okay, so that's strumming and singing. As you can tell from my singing, I probably should not be singing. I am not confused about my singing abilities. I am not really trying to get better at it. I have gotten a little better at it by accident, but some of us should not be singing, and I'm one of those people, and so that's why we pick out the melody individually. But you also now know how to play an A chord and strum 4 beats for each measure. Okay, a lot of important musical concepts and all of that stuff. That's Frère Jacques. Okay, your homework tonight. Get the individual notes 0240, 0240, all the way down to first string, second string, first string. Get all of those individual notes up to speed relative to each other. So you probably want to start off playing fairly slowly. So when you get to 7, 9, 7, 5, 4, 0, you can play that twice as fast as the rest of the song. And you will have a beautiful piece of music on your hands. I have taught ukulele, intro to ukulele hundreds of times, I think, at this point. And I have never not taught Frère Jacques as the very first song. It's that important. And once you get the concepts on this one sheet of paper, everything else is going to be more or less more of the same. Okay, just a little more of it, a little more complicated. And so that's why I teach this as the most important song. Tonight, we're going to teach it again. Right, because I've got all these advanced players who think they're really something, and I'm going to see how they do. Okay, because I got some other assignments that's related to this that they're probably going to struggle with, and that's what the power of this is that it's got everything you need, and then we can take it and turn it into complex ideas for even advanced players. And well, I don't know if any of them are advanced, but more advanced players, right? Okay, so Frère Jacques, if you're a new player, that's it. That's it. Stop thinking. Okay, just put that paper and now sit and listen, because we're about to go to next level stuff. About halfway through the class each day, I'm running a tiny bit behind. I always run a tiny bit behind off of Frère Jacques. Then we switch over to the next level stuff. And for you guys today, that is Vous, Dirai-Je, Maman. And some of you guys who know me have gotten this piece of music before, but I did a new arrangement for you to make it way harder. Okay, so we'll talk about that in just a second. Some website stuff. JollyRogerUkulele.com. That's where I post everything. Everything that's important is on the front page. The schedule is really all that's important, and all the links to the pieces of paper that you need. If you are able to make the live sessions, that's fabulous. I absolutely adore having you guys all here in the middle of my day. Some of you, the hour is different, but if you don't make the live session, you can always go onto our archive page, and that, I'm double checking that I'm telling you the truth. It's called the archive page, and that's where these videos get magically automatically recorded on YouTube. So you can always go and read and listen to the recorded broadcast if you can't be here. And so just know, I want you here if you can be here, but if you can't be here, you can still take advantage of this. Second thing on here, all of the songs for the new member stuff, Frère Jacques, and all of the scale up stuff is all listed on the ukulele page. There's a tab called ukulele, and you can follow through on that. There's also some discussion about baritone ukuleles. I'm very pro baritone ukulele. So if you have one of those and you want to talk to me about that, send me a note. Teachers, so a lot of you guys are either maybe music teachers, or you may be thinking, hey, I got to start a ukulele group in my town. There's some resources you may need to do on that. Other two things I think that are important that you give some thought to. Put your email address into the little widget over there for it's called the widget's called join our email list. Okay, that's my only way of communicating with you. We do Facebook and all this other stuff, but my niece Megan runs that. I don't know what she's doing on it most of the time. The way I really communicate with you what's going on is through email. So toss that in there. There's a lot of talk about selling emails. I don't know even how I would go about doing that, and I don't know why I would do that. So I don't do any of that. I don't even know how I would do that. So and if at any point you're like, no, I want to play bagpipes instead, you can always unsubscribe from the email list. It's easy as pie. So there's that. There is a way to become a member of the website, and that's how you support these broadcasts and support me and help me make a little bit of money doing this. But on the members only page, we have all kinds of new, more modern arrangements of songs and stuff. So that's something I'm going to continue to really focus in on over the next few weeks, is getting that member page to be a lot more cool stuff over there that only the members have access to. So I just know that I'm always working on that, and I'm trying to make it as valuable to you to just continue to come back and be a part of this, and make sure that you always have something else to work on to become a better musician. So that's what's going on the website. Same thing every day, basically. With the first half is new member stuff, and the second half is for people who've been coming around quite a bit. The other thing that starts tonight is Summer Institute, and go to the website and read that. I'm going to blow your heads off. Okay. So in other words, no matter how advanced of a musician you are, there's always things you can be doing smarter and better and more thoughtfully. And that's what Summer Institute is. And we dig into stuff that ukulele players, we don't even waste our time thinking about it, because we don't know what it is and we don't want to know. And Summer Institute solves a lot of that sort of thinking. We're going to talk about, really getting your head in the right place and what you need to know musically, so that ukulele is not your own. I meet people all the time. They're super excited about ukulele, but they just want, I don't know, they just want to play Riptide over and over, as far as I can tell, and we can do better. Okay, that's what tonight will start. When do you get to the point where you played chord and finger pick the melody? Tomorrow. That's when you get to it, Karen. Tomorrow we will talk about plucking chords and melody at the same time. Let's see. I see the tuffy with the next song. Look at me. I read her mind. Okay. chord and melody tomorrow. We'll put those two together. Now, if you are ready for Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, let's get going. Let's get to it. Vous, Dirai-Je, Maman was a song that existed prior to Mozart, but he published a thing called 12 Variations on a Theme, and the theme was the old-fashioned tune called Vous, Dirai-Je, Maman, and we know it today as the ABC song or Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, and those of you guys who have been around a while, we're going to make it as hard as we possibly can to play this, okay? So first, let's go through and make sure we know our chords. G chord, index finger here, middle finger here, ring finger there, okay? If you are teaching other people to play ukulele and you see them do this, middle finger here, index finger here, and ring finger there, okay? You have to stop them, okay? This is the thumb position and an upside down G chord are the only two things I struggle with in all of my intro classes, and this feels pretty comfortable for a lot of people. For about 30%, actually, a lot of people will do their G chord upside down. You can't let them do it that way, okay? Make sure index finger is here, middle finger is here, ring finger is there. It has to be this way. This is the only other, the thumb is a rule, right? This is so close to a rule. It's a policy, right? Okay. So those two, that's the G chord. Make sure that that's happening that way and not any other way. G chord, when you first meet a G chord, it's kind of a bummer. It's like, oh, I don't like that chord. And I always tell people, don't worry too much about G chord. We have way worse chords coming than G chord. So just get your head around this one, get it into your noggin early. Okay. Next chord in the song, C chord. Ring finger. Don't use your other fingers. Okay. At some point in the future, we'll use other fingers on it. But for right now, ring finger. And then you got two types of D7 chord. One D7 is a bar. You're going to take your index finger up and down everybody and then add your middle finger right there. That's what we call the hard D7. It's also the good D7. That's the one that you're going to be using a lot in instrumental play. Okay, so that D7, and it hurts, right? You got to squeeze real hard to get this bar down. Okay, and then the other D7 in this song is the easy D7, or the D7 that you can't even believe it's a D7. Index finger here, middle finger there. Okay, and this D7 hangs out with G chord all of the time. That's why you can't let people do that G chord upside down, because you can't switch chords quickly enough. So G chord, and it goes to this D7 and then back. Okay. All right. So those are your four chords. You get to listen to me sing again. It's always so exciting. Okay. From the top, 4 beats in a measure. We know that because it says 4 time. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4 with your thumb. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, or 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and okay. Any of those. You do all 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. Whatever you think in terms of this hand. For those of you guys who've been working on that. Okay. Here we go. From the top, we're going to play it through twice. Okay. We're going to go through. We're going to do it all the way through measure 12. Then we're going to go right back up to measure 1. We're going to play it all the way down again. When we hit measure 11, the second time, we're going to skip measure 12 and go on to 13. Okay, so just chords and singing. If you are not a singer, just get your chords. Listen to me sing it. Okay, 1, 2, ready, play. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. Up above the world so high, like a diamond in the sky. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are. To the top. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, N, T, U, V, W, X, and Y, and Z. Now I know my ABCs. Next time won't with me. 2, 3, 10, 10. Okay, so I put a stupid fancy ending on the end just to mess you up, right? And you're allowed to do that in music. You don't have to do everything that the paper says. You don't, unless you're playing in an ensemble like we are just now, and I completely messed you up. And then the rest of your ensemble decides that they don't like you anymore and they don't invite you over for coffee, right? And so make sure if you're going to do something crazy that you've talked about it. Okay, I did it there on purpose just to kind of mess you up, and you're be like, you're going to do that right? And that's cool, right? You know I didn't do that right. It should have been sing with me 2, 3, right? 4, 2, 3, 4, whatever. How finish up the ending. Okay, so that's singing and strumming. Everywhere you go on the internet, every teacher probably in your community that teaches ukulele will be happy to teach you that. We're done with that for today. Okay, let's go through and play the melody. Okay, that's reading the tablature. Those of you who are new, just be watching along and listening to how one note at a time is going to make this whole thing come alive. Okay, from the top, ring finger, 1, 2, 3, 4. 3, 3, 5, 5, 7, 7, 5. 3, 3, 2, 2, 0, 0, 3. 5, 5, 3, 3, 2, 2, 0. 5, 5, 3, 3, 2, 2, 0. 3, 3, 5, 5, 7, 7, 5. 3, 3, 2, 2, 0, 0, 3 to the top. 3, 3, 5, 5, 7, 7, 5. 3, 3, 2, 2, 0, 0, 3. 5, 5, 3, 3, 2, 2, 0. 5, 5, 3, 3, 2, 2, 0, 3, 3, 5, 5, 7, 7, 5. 3, 3, 2, 2. Second ending, 0, 0, 3. And notice the second time I come around, I don't play measure 12. That's your first ending. I skip it and I play the second ending, which is measure 13. Okay, important musical concept. Okay, these repeats. We'll talk about them on every single song. Almost every song I put out has first and second endings. Sometimes they're easy to read, sometimes they're complicated. This one's straightforward. Play measure 12 the first time through, but not the second time through. All right, so take a moment to think about if you have a friend. Okay, most of you don't because you play ukulele, but if you had a friend, you could say, here's a ukulele. I'm going to play the melody. You're going to play the chords, or the other way around, right? Whatever, right? One of you will play the melody and one of you will play the chords. What will happen is you will have a tremendous time. You will become a musician. You will be happy. You will forget all of your cares and troubles in the world, and suddenly you're playing. You are the leader of an ensemble. Every band that you have ever gone to see has one guy playing melody and one guy playing chords. And I don't care if you go to the symphony, right? The violins are playing the melody and everybody else is playing the chord, or the flutes are playing the melody and everybody else is playing the chords, or some basic idea behind that. A lot of times the trumpet gets the melody and all of the rest of the brass guys are playing some fashion of the chord. And that, no matter how complex music it gets, it comes down to basically those two things. Somebody's playing melody, somebody's playing the chords, and it sounds amazing. And so when you get a friend, you make sure that they're a ukulele player, right? And then you get together 6 feet apart, and then they play the melody and you play the chords, or the other way around, and it's a blast. So now you've learned 3 ways to play this song, right? Chords and singing, get rid of that. You can't sing. Second, just straight melody, just a lot of fun. Third way, get a friend. Play those 2 things together. Okay, so that's that. last way, and this is probably why you're really here. Becoming a ukulele soloist is the hardest part of this process. It is extremely difficult. It takes a while. You're going to struggle with it for a little while. You should. If you don't struggle with it, I'm going to feel gypped because I struggled with it for many years. It's not that I invented it, but I just figured out, hey, this is really what I want to be able to not only to do, but I also want to be able to teach people this. And you can do that with this. You can do it and you can teach it. Okay. What we're going to do is we are going to play the chord until we hit the melody note. Okay. And this one, guys, if you're brand new, this is not really set up properly to get you started. But if you've been around a while, you already know how to do this, okay? And this is Mozart week. So now I'm talking to you guys who've been around a while. This is Mozart week. We have to sound like classical musicians, okay? He is the archetype of classical music. We think of Bach as classical music. He's really not. He's a Baroque player, different way of thinking. Mozart is dead square center in terms of classical music. And we think of Beethoven as a classical composer. Not really. He's a romantic composer, different way of thinking. Classical music fits right here, and Mozart's dead center in the middle of that. What we do when we want to sound like we are playing classical music is we take this thumb and we just use it to pluck, okay? And we're going to do this. We're going to be doing this. Remember, you've been working on this every time I talk to you, right? We're talking about this claw. This is how I want you to play this song, okay? And what you're going to be doing is making sure you hit the right strings, and you're going to hold your chord. You've got your G chord on, first measure. You're going to hit the top three strings, and then your index is going to come in and pluck the third string, and then again, 3, 2, 0, again. Now you've got a 5 that sneaks in there, so you're still holding your G chord, but your pinky's up here. Okay, and you've got to make sure that your ring finger plucks hard enough to hear that above everybody else. Then you hit your index finger again, and then everybody together, and then your index. Okay, just the first measure together. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's it. That's it. That's all you need to do. Now, when I say that's it, that's a lot. Okay. When I was writing this out, I was working on, oh, this is kind of hard. Okay. Get your G chord on. Probably in this case, you can go ahead and add the 5 to have it ready from the top. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to do that through this whole song. A couple of cool things are going to happen. Number one, this is true, legitimate, honest to gosh fingerstyle ukulele. So you're going to see that phrase out there, fingerstyle ukulele. And in fingerstyle, which is a dumb phrase, but that's what they're using, everything's an eighth note. There's eighth notes. We just load up every song with a gajillion eighth notes, okay? Because we can, and it sounds pretty cool. And so you're playing legitimate fingerstyle ukulele. The other thing you're doing is making your ukulele sound very classical in nature. Bing, 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 bing. Lots of notes, okay? And so we're just combining the melody, which is written up on the ukulele line, with that G chord, and then we are then adding in some decorative notes between every single one of the main notes. So you've got a whole lot of music going on in just one measure. Let's do that first measure one more time. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, that's measure 1. When you get to measure 2, I'm going to just take this 5. I'm going to hope that it's still ringing a little bit, and I'm going to slide it up to 7. And now I have all zeros underneath that 7. Okay, so my pinky's on 7. And now I'm going to do the same exact pattern with my hands. This finger is going to play that third string. Well, I think it plays it almost all the way through, right? Almost every single note that's not part of the melody is going to be on this third string. Okay, so let's go to the first 4 notes in measure 2. You're holding that 7 down. That's all you're going to do there. Now the question is, this is a C chord, Gary. Why are we playing a 7? Because your melody note's on 7, and then so that covers up the 3, so that takes it precedent, and then the other 3 notes are still part of that C chord, so we can use those. Okay, so it's 7, index, 7, index. And then notice you go right back to this G chord with your pinky on 5 in the middle of measure 2, pluck, and then you're going to go index, middle, index. Okay, that's all of the skills in the whole song. We just got to get our fingers on the left hand in the right position. So from the almost all, there's 2 other skills down at the very end. Okay, so let's do that. First 2 measures, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, that's it. That's what you're after. Easy to talk about, hard to do. Gary, can we just use our thumb? Let me show you what that's going to sound like. Yes, you could just use your thumb, but don't. Okay, you absolutely can get away with just playing with your thumb, but we're working on this new skill, and we want, because what we're going to be doing, we're going to take this song, which is written by Mozart, and then we are going to add on Eine kleine Nachtmusik, which is probably Mozart's most popularly famously known piece of music. You will know that tune. And then we're going to add in a couple of other goofy things, okay? And we're going to make a couple of modern tunes that we're going to make sound as if Mozart wrote them, right? And we're going to combine all this stuff together in one giant melody. And it's just going to be much easier to play the whole entire thing with this. And you're going to sound more classical than you than if you strum it, right? If we're strumming it, we end up sounding more Beethoven-y, more romantic, more big and bold and round. And we want to sound more classical. So we're going to really work this to death. By the way, tonight in Summer Institute, we're going to be working on arpeggio picking, right? So we're going to be working on this. We're going to be doing a ton of work to get you where you have that as a tool in addition to your thumb. Okay, let's go on to measure 3. You've got your bar chord, D7, that one here. Same exact procedure, all 4 strings, but then hit your index finger. So let's play measure 3. Ready, play. G chord. Measure 4, you go to the easier D7. That's this one. By the way, when you're a strum along and you're just singing and strumming, this is the D7. Don't worry about the hard one. That's crazy. All right, let's use measure 4. Ready, go. Hit middle finger on that too, and then the whole chord again, and then a G chord. Index, middle, index. Ready to do the first line? Ready, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that going to be hard? Isn't it going to keep, when you leave today at 2 o'clock, what time is it? 1:54. When you leave 6 minutes from now, you know what your job is for the rest of the night, to pick the heck out of this thing, right? Okay, measure 5. Got a G chord again with that pinky up on 5. Let's do that. Okay, go. Then you go to the D7, go. Measure 6, you're going to have regular G chord on. And then that easy D7, index, middle, index. Measure 7, we go to the G chord, pinky up on top, go. D7, G chord, D7, middle, index. Measure 9, regular G chord. Add your pinky. 7. G chord with your pinky. D7. G chord, regular. D7. Middle finger. The chord again. G chord. Go to the top and repeat. Okay, that's what you're going to be working on this way. and it's going to lead you into the other three pieces that we're going to tack onto the end of this. So we'll have this nice Mozart melody that's partly Mozart and partly silly, right? And we're going to play it in a classical way, which is also a finger style way. And so you will have the full kit and caboodle. You'll be the world's greatest Twinkle Twinkle Little Star player. Okay. Is this kids' music? Yeah, go ahead. Offer a ukulele to a kid and have him play it this way. See what happens. We're tough. All right. From the top, I'm going to play it twice through. Play it all the way down through 12. Go back, play it 1 through 11, and then skip over and do 13 and 14. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. To the top. Second ending. Bar on 7, pinky on 10. Okay. That's a place where if I wasn't going to be combining it with another piece of music, and this was the end of the song, I for sure would go. Yeah, make sure that's on 7, 10. That's what you'd be thinking about is this sort of fancy ending to it, is to give that a little bit of oomph at the end. But we're not going to be ending this on there because we're going to be taking this piece and then tacking it onto the next piece, which will be Eine kleine Nachtmusik, which I will be posting on the website here before the end of the day. I'm running behind on getting sheet music done, so I will get it up there for you. But that piece alone will demonstrate some pretty mad skills if you can pull it off. Okay, couple of thoughts before we check out. If you haven't subscribed on the ukulele or on the YouTube thing, you probably should. You don't have to log in to participate in these things, and you don't have to chat if you don't want to. But if you sometimes things happen, right? And YouTube seems to be pretty right on most of the time. So if you know there's a class starting and something doesn't seem to be going right on Jolly Roger Ukulele, you can just come directly to YouTube. And if you're subscribed, it'll say Gary is live, and you just click, and then you're here. So that's why some people show up here way earlier than others. If you thought the class was helpful, give me a thumbs up. If you thought I'm an idiot, give me a thumbs down. I don't care. And then that's it. Hopefully tonight, 7 p.m. Mountain Time, figure it out what time that is for you. We start Summer Institute tonight. We take the same basic skills, break them down, really blow it up into some bigger thought process. I'm going to teach you transposing. We're going to teach you how to use a circle of fifths. We're going to teach you how, all these bar chords, all this stuff in ukulele. You're going to walk out as a fine musician after one summer of hanging out with me. No, I'm not the prettiest. Yeah, I sound like Kermit the Frog, but I'm going to make you a great ukulele player. So stick with me, okay? Have a wonderful afternoon. I'm going to say adios to everybody as they walk out of the room. So who is first? Let's see. Brandon, I've been holding G upside down this whole time. Brandon, What do I got to do to straighten you out? Yeah, G chord upside down is a very comfortable thing. I'd say, like I say, about 30% of people do it upside down, and you gotta fix it soon. So good thing we caught that early, Brandon. The rest of your day will be ruined by trying to play that. Karen, yeah, it is beautiful, right? It takes Twinkle Twinkle Little Star and makes it really a fine piece of music, and so keep playing that. It's a really just when you get it and get that smoothness to it, and it's gonna sound beautiful. So. Thanks, Joyce. That's a high compliment from you. Thank you, Lindy. It felt very cosmic. Yeah, it was cosmic. Yeah, everything's cosmic. The Summer Institute mostly for advanced players. No, Summer Institute is for everybody. It's for everybody. There will be advanced concepts and beginning concepts in there. I'm going to shove it down your throat at whatever level you're at. So yes, please come to Summer Institute. It is not just for advanced players. There are some advanced concepts in there, but it's not just for advanced players. So please come, Phyllis. Pauline. Back at you. This is going to be a fun week. Thanks for everything. Yep, Vicky, I hope it's a fun week. I'm a little panicked that it's going to blow apart at some point. But I live in Denver, right? And the place is all burning down. So we got to make great ukulele and keep that in the front of our mind so that we can forget about some of that other stuff for 5 minutes. See you tonight, Diane. Chris, thanks for being here. Lynn, see you tonight, hopefully. Christina, looking forward to something. We'll see you tonight, Christina. Christina, the piano player. Leslie, good to see you. Have a great day. Gail, have a wonderful night. Phyllis, you bet. Jerry, good to see you. Patty, say hi to Tom. Murray, thank you for lots of fun. See you tonight. Good, Murray. Murray, take retirement seriously. Stop goofing around. Linda, it's been a while since summer. Looking forward. Glad you're coming tonight, Linda. That'll be exciting. Bruce, thanks again. I will email you. I'm terrible. I'm so far behind. Mozart is great. Looking forward to more. Yeah, Mozart's all right. He's okay. He's all right. Renee, we're bringing classical music to Bozeman, Montana. You're gonna get taped to the flagpole. Be careful. Let's see. A beautiful piece we're playing, right? Even if I'm one of the 2 or 3 players you thought could never play ukulele. Linda, I've only had a couple of total failures on ukulele, and in all cases, they were advanced musicians, and that's interesting, isn't it? So please know, I have faith in you, Linda. I have faith. Even if you live in Pueblo, I have faith in you. Let's see. I will see you this evening. Have a great night, fellas. Sandy, I've got work to do. Oh, work tonight. Sandy, quit your job. Tell him you got ukulele to learn. Mike, I'll see you tonight. Guys, have a wonderful night. I'm going to end the stream. Thanks for being here. I will see some of you tonight. I'll see some of you tomorrow. I'll see some of you never again. Have a great day.